Yeah, welcome to Late Night with Bridget and Holly. I'm your host, Holly.
And I'm your host, Bridget.
And y'all, tonight is going to be small talk. But before we get started, if you are not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every Tuesday and Friday at 11 p.m. when our new episodes are dropped. Also, bonus episodes sometimes. And we are also on any podcast you could think of, Apple, Spotify. If not, email us at bridgetandholly@gmail.com, and Bridget will make sure we are there. So, the reason this is called Small Talk is me and Bridget had decided that, to touch base with y'all, let y'all know what's going on. You hear our topics, but you don't really hear, what's going on in our life. And me and her have just had like a crazy last couple of weeks. So we're gonna start with you, Bridget. What is going on? Let's fill them in.
Well, first of all, how was your day just today? Oh, look at you got another Miyoki cup.
Oh, I did.
Oh my
Now,
God.
do you know how long I've been trying to get this cup? For fucking months.
Okay, so
And
check this out. I don't have mine with me because I just got my Sundrop at my station.
oh,
Okay.
your favorite. That's her favorite drink, y'all. She loves Sundrop.
Yeah, one of my Sundrop and Pepsi. But anyhow, so my Miyoki cup is I think this is Pride Month. I think it is, and
Yes.
and so they have the colorful love, the colorful hearts. And y'all listen, I don't have anything against gay people. If you gay, that you do you boo. But me personally, like I buy everything that's Pride, not because I'm gay. I swear people are bugging me like I think she's a lesbian. I think she is because she all time about, but it's because I love color. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so that's why. But yeah, I've got the love. I just got the black one, and it's got love all over it, and it's colorful. I wished I'd have brought it to my podcast
Oh my
station.
God,
I'd show
you've
you.
got to take a picture and text that to me when
Yeah, I
we're
will.
done.
I will.
My day, if y'all hear, I mean, this is raw, y'all. Y'all hearing everything. If y'all hear, going, that's my little Maltipoo Gracie having sex with her turtle, and she abuses it, and she gets angry with it, and she humps the hell out of it, and then she passes out just like a man. So,
Oh my God.
my day today has been pretty good. I did not sleep last night. I don't know if I told you, but after you had fell asleep on me when we were on the phone, I went to bed and I woke up at 2:30 in the morning and I was sick as a dog.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know this. I've not aired it on my TikTok. I don't plan on really talking about it until a while, but I am on Manjaro. And I went up in my dose and I just was sick as shit last night, so I didn't
Mm-hmm.
sleep good. And I might have told you that in text message and voice memo. So I didn't get to take Tammy to her eye appointment. I was going to take her, and I almost wanted to cry because I felt so bad. Because that's just our thing. I've been doing it for 2 years now, and she
Mm-hmm.
has to get injections in her eye because of her being diabetic. It
Mm-hmm.
messes with her eyes. Her and my sister both have that, and they're battling the same thing. Well,
That's probably why I've
anyway,
been. That's why probably why I had to start wearing glasses this past year.
really, now has your doctor checked your eyes to see like if your diabetes has affected your eyes? Has he said anything like that? Because they usually will
No, but
check it.
no, but once I got diagnosed, had to start wearing glass. I used to only wear readers, but it got to where
Oh
I had to start wearing
yeah.
glasses.
So
Mm-hmm.
now you're on prescription glasses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Um, well, her boyfriend was on the way home from his doctor's appointment, and she didn't think he'd be home in time. She was like, "But he is, so he can just take me." And I was like, "I'm so sorry." She's like, "Girl, stop." She's like, "You can't help you got sick." So all this morning I was sick, and then we put together the patio swing and did some promotional videos on some stuff we got, and then I had to call and get up with Jason's GI doctor because there was antibiotic they were supposed to call him in last Friday. Still was not there. They didn't call it into our pharmacy. So anyway, that was fixed. And I went and got that and come back and cooked dinner and just spent time. We've all been kind of down and out today. JoJo, me, and him. It's like we got energy and then we don't feel good. We got energy. We don't feel good. But it's,
Now,
yeah.
how long? I keep hearing Gracie like, how long does it take her to get her rocks off?
I say she'll nut in the next minute. And then she just lays. I like her and her turtle have a love hate relationship. Like right now, I wish I could show you. She is biting him on the neck, dragging him around. She's in that big adult dog bed that we got right now, and she's just beating the shit up out of them. Well, in a minute, she'll get on top of them and she'll hump them, and she'll go for about a minute straight, and she just collapses. And sometimes she'll fall asleep. I'm like, you were just like a man, just
Oh
like a
my
man.
God, that's so fun. Speaking of falling asleep last night, y'all listen. So I talked on the phone with Jessica, one of my friends on TikTok, and I hung up with her and I called Holly and I was talking to Holly, and I climbed in the bed and I nestled into the covers and I thought, let me set my phone down for a minute. So I set it on my iPad and I got all comfortable. And I thought, man, I am super tired. Y'all, I fell asleep on her just that fast. Like, have you
But
ever
in
seen
all
somebody fall asleep
fairness,
that fast?
we've been on the phone for like 2 hours already. So, like I give you that. Like you were tired, it was late,
Had
but
we been
she
on the
does.
phone that long?
Yeah, we were on the phone for quite a while last night.
Really?
No, no. I remember. I'm lying or not lying. I'm not remember right. We were on the phone for an hour because when it hit the hour marker, I hung up because I was on the phone about 12 to 15 minutes trying to wake you up. And then I was sitting there looking at this and I was like, oh, shoot. And I was like, oh, okay, it's been an hour and I hung up. So
Oh.
it was an hour. But that's not the first time, y'all, that she's done. She does that to me all the time. But I love it because it's just so sweet because instead of her saying, girl, I'm going to go to bed, she literally talks to me till she falls asleep. I guess I could say I got a hand in helping put her to sleep. It's like a rockabye lullaby. She hears like my nasally, raspy voice, and it just sends her off to la la land.
I'm gone.
It's
Like,
cute.
people say they have a hard time falling asleep. Not me. Not me.
No, and y'all,
Never have.
it's not a matter of like 20, 30 minutes. It's a matter of fucking seconds. You can hear it in her voice, and it's like, this is Bridget. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm probably gonna be following this soon. I'm like Bridget, huh? Next thing you know, Bridget, and it's nothing. It's a matter of seconds. A matter of
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yes, but it's so funny. It's so funny. I think it's cute. I think it's cute.
But what this morning was, she said, her voice memo said, well, I was just talking away and you fell asleep.
I've been rambling for probably a good 5, 6, 7 minutes. And I was like, she ain't saying send me the link for this or oh I got to get that or oh I need that. Oh okay. And then I was just like, wait a minute. I was like, Bridget, Bestie. She was gone. She was
Gone.
gone like the wind.
I don't
Oh,
know.
she just nutted.
Ronnie has, did she?
Oh my
Ron,
God.
Ronnie's told me before, he said, you fall asleep faster than anybody I've ever seen.
And they
He
say
said,
that about me too.
yeah. Oh, I know you do. Yeah, I know you do.
She does.
I'll be sitting there talking to her, voice memoing back and forth. Be like, you want to play some Jungle Gym? Yeah. And I'm sitting there waiting. I'd be like, oh shit, it's already been, she gone.
Oh, we'll be in the middle of a game, y'all, and we'll
Yeah.
have played. We do like best out of five, and we'll get to like finishing the second game, and we'll start the third game. And I'll do it at the worst times where we on the tiebreaker,
Yeah.
and we'll sit there. Now she's falling asleep on me during our game 2 or 3 times, not nowhere near as much as I have. And I'll wake up an hour later, and I'm like, "Oh, what happened?" And I was like, "Oh shit, she's gone." And I'll text her, "I'm so sorry."
And but I always tell her, if you fall asleep, you need sleep. You know, that's the way
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
So what's been going on with you today? Like, how's your day been going so far?
It's been going good. So Holly said what talk about what's been going on the past few weeks. But okay, y'all remember we pre-record these shows. So you're gonna be hearing
Yeah.
this in June and you're gonna hear me say this in June or July, and you're gonna be like, wait a minute, we done went through that. But it was news about Ruger. By the time this airs, we'll probably know the news of it, and you'll hear it on TikTok or Facebook. But I got some news that he may have. But let me tell you how this has went down, okay? Because I got to tell you the whole story.
I don't know. I know
Okay.
you told me a lot about it, but I'm not sure there might have been because you were upset, like, and you ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
remember everything when you upset. Not
Right.
you're gonna remember it, but you're not gonna remember to say certain
Yeah.
stuff because you're just so upset.
Well, okay. So first, I took him to the vet just for his routine exams. However, there was a spot that came up on the back of his leg that even my daughter was like, "Oh, mom, just it's no big deal. Just have it checked out the next time you go to the vet. We didn't feel no urgency around it.
Right.
So I went to the vet and I told her, I said, I want you to check this place on his face, the one near his eye, the one on his arm, and there's one on the back of his leg. Well, all these were just skin tags, and one place on his back was a lipoma, which is just
Like
like a piece of
skin
yeah.
tags like we get, like the little moles. Oh, I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
dogs could get those.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've never seen that on a dog. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to show you his. Anyhow, so he has a skin tag here near his eye and on his elbow. She said, "Oh, those are just skin tags." She said, "I'm not worried about those." I said, "Okay." And I said, told her this little place on his back. She said, "Oh, that's just a lipoma. That's just fatty tissue." She said, "But I'll go ahead just for your peace of mind and aspirate it." I said, "Okay." I said, "And the one on the back of his paw," and she looked at it and she goes, "Oh, yeah, I don't like that one." I said, "You don't?" She said, "No, I don't like that one." So they took him back and they aspirated. And what aspirate means is when they take a little needle and stick in there and they try to draw out enough fluid to put it on a slide, put it under a microscope and see if they can see any live cells.
Oh, so they're
If
not
there's
cutting the actual skin; they're drawing. Oh,
mm-hmm,
okay, because that's right. That's what y'all was saying. Gracie might need done, which hers went
mm-hmm.
away. But okay.
So they put it under a slide. Well, I get all that done, and she says, "We've put it on the slide. If we see anything, we send it off to pathology." And I'm like, "Okay, no news is good news." So I leave,
All right.
and they say, "Well, with the senior panel, because I get him a senior blood panel annually now, ever since he was 7, he's going on 9." So I just check his liver, his kidneys, his white blood cell, just stuff we would do,
Yeah,
complete
because
blood
early
thing.
detection is key for everything, not in
Hmm.
just us, but even in our fur babies.
That's right. So anyhow, when I'm going out there trying to collect his pee, he never did pee, but he did poop. I got some vet. I took it back in, and she said, "Okay, well, thank you." So, and she said, "And they are going to have to send that off to pathology." And I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "Really?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Did they see something on there?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "They saw cells?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "They saw cells?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "Oh my God." I said, "That means cancer." And she said, "Mm-hmm." And I said, "Oh my God." And I just started crying. And so she's like, "Don't worry, we'll send off pathology. We'll know what kind it is." And da 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 da. Okay, so I leave. I'm a nervous wreck. I tell y'all about it. I tell it, social media about it. Da da da. Okay, so then the next day, I finally get the pee sample, and I'm want to take it back over there. But I waited till later on in the afternoon intentionally because I wanted to give time for that pathology report to come back.
Right.
So I take it over about 2:30, and I walk in and I tell her, I said, "Has he got all his results back yet?" And she said, "Let me check and see." So then a vet comes out there, and a vet says, "Yeah, here's all his stuff. He's perfect. He's fine." And I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Even the pathology report?" And the vet was like, "Wait, whoa, pathology report?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "I didn't know we had one of those." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh, no, I was just talking about his blood work." I said, "Oh, God." So she goes back there. She comes back out and she says, "Well, the sample we took isn't clear enough. We're going to have to try to resend it in." And I said, "Okay, well, if that don't work, let me know and I can bring him back and let's try to get another sample." She said, "Okay." Okay, so fast forward to the end of the day, they called back. They said, "Yeah, the pathology can't read that one. We're going to have to get another sample. Can you bring him in at 8 o'clock in the morning?" I said, "Yeah." So I asked Ronnie to take him in because you know me, I'm not up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And so he takes him back over there. But before he did, y'all, you have to understand that my husband, I am a sinner, but he is a Christian. He loves Jesus. He reads his Bible. So he comes in there, and the next thing I know, he's poking me in the shoulder. He said, "Babe, wake up, wake up." He said, "God is good. God is good." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I prayed for Ruger." He said, "I even laid his paw on the Bible and prayed for him." He said, "I prayed when they went over there, they wouldn't find nothing." And he said they poked that spot 4 times and they couldn't find any cells. And
No,
I
you
said,
didn't tell me that part.
"Well, listen to this." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Yeah, but the doctor said she didn't want to get a hold of herself. She just wanted to go ahead and take it off and send it to pathology and make sure that nothing's going on."
Oh, so they still removed it.
No, not yet. They're going to remove
Oh.
it June the 4th. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, and that's okay. That's so weird that you're going, because Jason has a GI appointment to schedule. Well, I'll tell you that later too. Okay, go ahead.
So anyhow, we still don't know if it's cancer or not, but I feel more optimistic for 3 reasons. Because I kind of backed myself down and I was like, now hold on a minute, hold on a minute. If he was fighting cancer, his blood work would be off. If he was fighting
Well,
cancer, he would act like he's sick. He would act lethargic. You know what I'm saying? And he's
mm-hmm.
not. He's still, everybody says he acts like a puppy. You know what I'm saying?
He does,
Um,
and y'all, I've been around Ruger. He's so sweet, and for him to be, he's 9.
he'll be 9.
For him to be 9, like he loves to still play,
Mm-hmm.
and he don't just play with one toy. Like Bridget can throw 10 toys down, and he's gonna pick up each one and play with them.
Mm-hmm.
He's so sweet.
But also told Brittany, I said, if it was cancer, it's been on there 6 or 7 months. It would have grown some. And Brittany said,
Oh
yeah,
God,
it
yeah.
would have. So we tend to feel very optimistic about this right now. But when I first heard it, I was just all to pieces. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I would be too. I mean, there are babies, and like I guess some people are like, oh, they're just dogs. They're not just dogs to us. And I feel like if you're gonna be a pet owner, you got to be a responsible pet owner, because just like if your kid's sick, you're gonna take them to the doctor. Well, if your animal's sick, you're gonna take them. You need to take them
Yeah.
to the doctor because they can't tell us what's wrong. They rely on us to take care of them, make sure they're feeling good and things like that. Like their bark is their voice for us.
Right. Is that most definitely.
I think he's
So
going to be fine, though. I really do.
I feel good about it. I think he will be too. I really do. I
Yeah.
really do. And even Brittany come over tonight and she looked at it closer. She got a real close look at it and put the light on and everything. She said, I'm not as worried. She said, there's hair growing out of this. She said, if it's cancer,
Oh,
hair don't grow out of a cancer tumor.
oh my God. And maybe the liquid that they drew out, that was just all they needed to, like, I don't know, maybe it was like an infection or something abnormal, and that just cleared it away.
I don't know. It's still a knot there, but we'll find out. I will know
Yeah.
by the time this airs. I'll already have my news. But yep. But so what's
Right.
been going on with you?
Well, Jojo was taking her final midterms for the end of the year. And we had to go an hour away for her to take her biology. Everything else was online, but this was she had to do in person because it's state mandatory. But in between that, so for the last probably for the last almost 3 months, but it just
Mm-hmm.
started becoming more the last month. We've been taking Jason to different doctor's appointments
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. He's not been feeling good, been having like blood in his urine, air coming out and stuff like that, hurting real bad in the stomach. And yeah, I mean, I know all this. He's got diverticulitis. Well, we first thought it was just a UTI because he's diabetic. So when your
Mm-hmm.
sugar runs high, it can keep you with a diabetes, or it could keep you with a UTI. Well, he would take the antibiotic, the UTI would go away, he'd feel great, he'd be fine. As soon as he quit taking it, his symptoms would come right back. So he's had scans on his bladder, his kidneys. He's had blood work done to check for prostate cancer, all that, come back good. So we then went to back to his GI, and because the blood was back and the air was back, she said, "Okay, I want to send you with a CT with contrast and without contrast scan." So we did that last week,
Okay.
and so when the results come back, his GI doctor called us and said he had I don't know how to say it, but it's a colorectal or something fistula. And what that is there is a tear in his colon. And
It's called colorectal.
yeah, well, there's a V in it. What we looked up, what he's got, it's
Oh,
COL something V. So maybe it's colorectal or something.
okay.
But basically, his colon and his bladder is binded together, but
Uh
he
huh.
has a large tear in it. So with that, it is causing feces to come through when he urinates, which is keeping the UTI and infection and the pain.
Mm-hmm.
So the doctor who's actually doing the surgery, he's got him going back for a colonoscopy because he needs to go in there and look and see where the infected area of the diverticulitis on his intestines are, and he needs to see the spot where he needs to operate to split the colon and the bladder. But then
Now, I
his,
I don't mean to interrupt you, but is this going to affect him taking out the trash?
I really think it is like,
Shit.
and I'm like, that's all I've been thinking about. Like, who is going to take the trash out? Like, what am I going to do? Well, I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding because, yeah, this is, I'm like, I am scared. He's scared. We went from thinking it was a 30-minute procedure to it's a 2-hour surgery,
Jesus.
and it's a very serious surgery. It does come with some possible downsides. If he doesn't heal like he should, he'll be in the hospital for 6 to 8 days. He's got two surgeons operating on him, GI and urologist, because once Dr. Park separates the bladder and the colon, there's going to be a hole in his bladder, which is where the urologist will come in and patch it. Excuse me. And then, so anyway, if he heals well and everything, he'll come home 6 to 8 days. But if he doesn't heal well, he could possibly come home with like a colostomy bag, because some people it can take 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
We're hoping that that won't happen, and that he'll be fine. He goes next Friday for for the colonoscopy, and then a week after that he'll go back on the 4th of June. That's why I said that's weird with Ruru and him. He'll go back on the 4th of June, and that's when he'll go over all the results, tell him what he saw, and schedule his surgery because he's going on vacation. And he said, I will not operate. He said, I don't want to operate on you and be out of town. I
Yeah.
want to be in town, which I love that about him. He's an amazing, amazing GI
Yeah.
surgeon and doctor.
Yeah.
And we talked to him, and he said that there's a lot of things that could cause that tear, being from diverticulitis to tumors, things like that. And being me, because you know how I worry. I asked him, did he think that it was cancer? He's like, no. He said, I don't think that it's cancer at all. He said, I think it's just all his diverticulitis.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, once that's fixed, he will no longer have diverticulitis. And it is rare that it could happen again. I did say that it's highly unlikely. You
Uh-huh.
live a normal life and things like that. It's just getting through the surgery and the healing time.
Yeah.
And so it's just been a lot, with work and being a content creator, making videos, rolling out promotional videos and stuff, and just everyday life. Like it's
Yeah.
been overwhelming,
Well,
but I've been handling
I'm
it.
gonna do for you what you just did for me. We're gonna be positive and say everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right.
Yes.
He's gonna come out of this all to the good. Because I do believe when you're sick, just like I woke up the other morning with Ruger and I thought, you know what? If it is cancer, he needs me to be as optimistic and positive for him as I can. Because
Yeah.
I do think when you're sick, if you're negative, you'll get sicker.
That is true. And I've heard that,
I think
especially
so.
like a lot of people who end up with cancer and stuff, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, don't let it overtake you. Like, you got to believe. Don't
Mm-hmm.
just sit there and give up.
Yeah.
There's hope. There's always hope in new experiments and new treatments
Yep.
and stuff like that to try. So I mean, all his blood work's been good again.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Ruger, you said white blood cells and all that was good. And I know y'all, people don't judge me because you're like, you're comparing your husband to a dog. Our dogs are our kids, okay?
That's
So like all his blood work, his white blood
I
cells,
just
his
started
red blood
laughing because
cells.
I'm thinking Jason and Ruger are both facing like they've got a lot in common right now.
Yeah, they do. Yes. And then, with me being on the Manjaro, I've been, battling being sick and stuff. But I'm going to tell you what, though, this shirt that I have on, trust me, I've always been able to fit it. But, you can wear a shirt and you can fit it,
Yeah,
but it's just a mid snug, but not snug where anybody will be like, girl, you need to quit wearing baby Gap clothes. Nothing like that. And
yeah.
I got so much room in this shirt, and I think it's weird. And I've only lost, altogether, I've lost 17 pounds.
Damn, girl, that's good though.
And it's been let's say I was on 5 milligram for 2 months or either 7 weeks, and then I'm on 7.5, and I think I've got like 2 months of it.
But who told you when you moved up to 7.5 it's gonna kick your ass?
You did.
And it
You
has.
did. It has, because oh my, I'll be glad. I mean, I'll be honest and say I'm glad that I'm dealing with diarrhea over constipation
Yeah.
because I cry when I'm constipated. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. I cry. I'm
Well,
miserable.
I just had a friend
It's
call me
horrible.
yesterday that's on it, and she's like, I have not shit in 10 days. And she said, at this point, I would do anything to shit.
Why
And
has
I
she not
said,
even gotten
what?
anything?
Well, she's did enemas. She's drank milk, that magnesia or whatever, milk magnesia. She's drunk everything. And I told her, I said, go to the pharmacy and get you some magnesium citrate. And she did, and she shit.
Or in another thing, when you're on that medicine, go to your doctor and ask them to get a prescription of Lizness
Yeah.
because that stuff works. That's one thing that has made me comfortable taking the Manjaro because when I'm backed up, I take that medicine. It doesn't work as fast as it does when you're not on it, but it
Yeah.
works. It
Yeah.
it, it really does work. So I do recommend talking to your doctor about that if you are constipated taking it.
Well, you
But
mentioned you was going to be taking the 7.5 for 2 months, and I told you that's a good idea because when you move up to 10 milligrams, you're just going to kick your ass again.
yeah, and it's
Mm-mm.
and I don't know, like I'd I won't. I'm glad that I'm losing weight. And I ain't gonna lie, if I would have had more of the five, I would have stayed on it because I was still losing weight and seeing results, and I wouldn't see and stuff. But I don't know. I guess we'll see how long I can wing the 7.5. And I don't know. Depending on how my body does on Manjaro, I think once I lose the weight that I want to, I may just go to 1 milligram of Ozempic,
Yeah.
and that will I think help me with my nauseous because when I even though I messed up and did the two that time it kind of fucked me up, but I was great on point 50 Ozempic.
Yeah.
I was great, so I'm like, okay, I think meeting in the middle of one
Hmm.
probably might would do it and maintain because
Yeah.
I mean I'm very body positive. um I don't down myself because I have weight on me. um I have confidence, I have self-esteem. But for me, just health wise, I just want to lose a little bit of weight. I don't want to be super skinny. I wouldn't look right super skinny. I'm a
Mm-mm.
thick girl and I like being thick.
Yeah.
So I just want to lose a little bit and then just maintain it. I'm not trying to get down, to a size 8.
Yeah.
So just losing a little bit. Because I mean, I look at it this way. I'm gonna be 45 this year. Life is too short
Damn.
not to
Oh,
enjoy
sorry.
it.
I'm just kidding.
Ha! I'm getting old. I'm getting old. But life is just too short and I don't want to be miserable, and that's one of the reasons I never did the gastric surgery because it that really takes a toll on your body, and it diminishes your body of all kind of nutrients and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
I didn't want to go
I
through
hate when
life like
people
that.
say when people do that gastric surgery, you took the easy way out. It's not the easy way out. It's rough to
No,
even to have that surgery. I commend people who's willing to go through it because I was scared to, but I do think it takes a toll on your body.
it does, and it's sad too because all these people who's had that surgery, they got to be thinking, damn, now they got something that can help me instead of butchering my body and
Yeah,
cutting into my stomach like that. And now you tell me there's a shot that'll
yeah,
help me lose weight. Like it's sad.
yeah.
It's really, really sad. But I
But you
didn't
got to
want to do
understand,
that.
not everybody can get that Monjera shot, and most of it, they have approved it for weight loss under the medication named Zepbound,
Yeah,
but they're still saying that's $500 to $700 a month. You and I just got lucky because I mean, not lucky. I mean, we got diabetes, but I'm saying
yeah,
that's how we're able to get ours. You know what I'm saying? Is because we
yeah,
have a legitimate diabetes diagnosis. But you can't use Monjero for weight loss anymore. They won't let you. You have to do it under Zepbound.
yeah. That's their little alternative to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, people, if you can't get Manjaro, um, do Ozempic. It's the same thing. You're gonna lose weight with both of them. I don't know if one is better than the other. You lose weight. Like for example, Bridget is on Manjaro, Shelly is on Ozempic, and they both
Mhm.
have lost an assload of weight.
Yep.
So they both do the same thing. They're just different classes, but they both work in the same way. You
Yep.
know.
They do.
So hopefully one or the other, you can get on it. But yeah, and by the time y'all hear this podcast, Jason will have either had his surgery or get our scheduled date. But from the way the doctor's talking, oh, you make him arm go to sleep, Gracie. The way the doctor's talking, it's going to be pretty quick when he comes back.
Yeah.
He's just going to call him in. He's going to discuss his findings and set the date. So I'm not looking forward to it. I'm ready for it to be over because I'm ready for my
Over.
husband to feel better.
Yeah. I feel you
Because
on that.
it's just not like him to be. And when I say down and out, I don't mean depressed because he's not depressed.
Yeah.
But I don't like seeing him not feel good. I don't like seeing him in pain. And this is a man who has a high tolerance for
For
pain.
pain. Yeah.
And with this, like, it makes him feel like he's going to black out. A few weeks ago, he was in so much pain, he was projectile vomiting.
Yeah.
It was that bad. And again, he's got a very,
Yeah.
very high tolerance for pain. It was like, if I could tell you what my pain is, I'd say it's a 30.
Yeah. Well, we're going to hope for good news. And y'all, this is
Yeah.
just gives you an insight that we're normal people. We face normal shit. And,
We're
we
just
just
like,
want,
yeah.
we wanted to give you some insight into it and let hey, what's going on in your world today. And if y'all enjoyed this small talk session, make sure you let us know it. But Holly, I'm going to go ahead and let you take us out.
All right, yeah, and if y'all like this and y'all want to see more of it, we will definitely do it. I feel like this is more, nothing we do is scripted anyway. And again, y'all all know when we do our podcast, we don't talk about it. We tell the topic. She does her research. I do mine, and boom, we go with it. So I think this is more just letting y'all in and just having casual conversation. So if you liked it, just let us know in the comment. And on that note, y'all be safe. Hold your family tight. Tell them you love them, and take care of one another, and take care of your fur babies.
That's
Say good
right. That's
night.
right. Bye, y'all.